September 24th, 2013. This is an image from a video that I did the other night, guys, and I want to put some graphics in here. And I've looked at maps all my life, and I'll show you a bunch of Mars maps on the video that I'm doing tomorrow. I got hit by lightning, and it knocked out one of my computers, and knocked out a video card in the other one, and so I'm kind of running on half speed right now. But I had a full video that I wanted to show you, but I'm going to have to rebuild it, and I will do that till Wednesday. But it shows beautiful images of Mars. It's one of the most beautiful things you'll ever see. And just to let you know the different images that you can see there and compare them to this. But in this image, if you'll look at the top left where it says buildings behind the compound wall, there's a wall there with two buildings, and there's a building in the center. To the right where you see there's a storage tank. Bottom left you see there's a gray pad with a round structure on it surrounded by buildings, and to the right of that on that pad is another square building. Look at the shadows. In the bottom right, what appears to be a radio telescope, which would be needed for communications. Now, why would anybody want to be there? I don't think this has anything to do with ancient technology. It may be on an ancient site, but I think this is probably the U.S., if not with a couple of other nations. But the other nations have had a lot of trouble with Mars missions, Phobos, Grunt, to name a few. But why and how would we have modern technology and modern bases here? And guys, again, if you study this, don't look at it on your phone. You're going to have to get it on a monitor that you can see and put it in high def. But I want to go over a couple things about this. One is, for years they thought it was just methane on Mars, but there's not methane. There's pure ice. There's enough to cover the planet if it melted in 100 feet of water. Now, this Wikipedia article will go through it. It says, water on Mars exists today almost exclusively as ice and is located at the Martian polar ice caps and under the shallow Martian surface, even at more temperate latitudes. More than 5 million square kilometers of ice has been identified on the surface of modern Mars, which is enough to cover the whole planet at a depth of 35 meters. It says there's no bodies of liquid water on the Martian surface because its atmospheric pressure at the surface is 0.087 pounds per square inch, or about 0.6 of the Earth's mean sea level pressure, and because the temperature is far too low, it will freeze. And to the right you have what's called an artist's impression of the globe, but it's taken from geological data on where these oceans would have been. And this goes back to the ancient Sumerian texts of civilizations on Mars before the atmosphere was wiped out, guys. And this article, you can pause here in the next page. You can pause it if I go through it too quick to take a look at it. But it gives you the information, and that would be the first thing you'd have to have is ice, pure ice. And that way you could make water and oxygen and hydrogen, because when you melt that ice, you got H2O, and now there's hydrogen generators, guys. And here talks about, despite criticism and early technical failures, the taming of liquid hydrogen proved to be one of NASA's most significant technical accomplishments. Hydrogen, a light and extremely powerful rocket propellant, has the lowest molecular weight of any known substance and burns with extreme intensity up to 5,500 degrees. So you've got a way to get back. And if you think about the news lately, they talk about Mars missions may not be able to come back, and then one guy came on the other day and said, yeah, they can come back. This is a hydrogen generator. They build them that you can put on your car, and if you YouTube hydrogen generators, it'll show you how to make one. Now, this is a picture of Mars showing that blue tint. And this blue tint is coming from what's chloride dust, guys. Beautiful, but it's a chloride dust, and this is a ground image from the rover looking out over a valley. It's not just a red planet. But on the video I'll do tomorrow, I'm just going to do a panorama of all these beautiful landscapes, giant mountains. You could ski if the atmosphere was correct. Here you have dunes with this blue chlorite etching. I call it the dune worm trails, and this is the spice dust. We'll just go with that. Here you have an ancient canyon with what appears to be a reservoir almost at the bottom with a dam and a runoff. Again, ancient. Don't know for sure, but Mars is, it looks like the Grand Canyon. Here you have one of the glacier polar caps with that blue dust down in it. And some of these images that I'll show you tomorrow, you can see where those caverns go for a long way. Here's steam coming out, where you have that way, you know, you would have geothermal energy, hydrogen energy that would keep you warm. Here's an aerial shot of this blue chloride dust. It makes it look like water, but this is a beautiful planet. It's not red. And guys, here are the new images of ISON with a traveling companion. In the left, it could be an asteroid. We don't know, but it's popped up. It's moving at the same speed and parallel. It does not have a tail. That's why I say it could be an asteroid. We do not know yet. It's getting close to Mars, and that's one of the reasons we're watching all this. Look at this. Different inverted images. But guys, it's heads up again. I've been down, had that lightning strike. Tomorrow I'll get back to full speed. Heads up.